Recently, I dined at Bourbon Steak in Scottsdale, Arizona. This is a Michael Mina restaurant located at the Fairmont Scottsdale Princess, which is a 5-diamond rated resort in North Scottsdale. Oddly, it doesn't show up on the Forbes travel guide, but the restaurant's here in the resort. This is a stock photo of one of the dining rooms. And the restaurant's very pretty, and it has a nice trendy upscale feel to it. When you walk in and look to the left, there's this see-through glass wine cellar where you can see the extensive inventory of wines available. I think some of these wines are for sale, or they sell their wines separately. But this is a 4-diamond rated restaurant. But when you sit at the table, you see this: a bare wood tabletop, no tablecloth, and then a napkin folded in a square with a cup upside down. This is a little disappointing, I think, in terms of expectations set by something like a 4-diamond rating or a luxury rated restaurant. One would expect a little bit more. I know they may be seeking a minimalistic approach, but this definitely misses the mark, or I should say overshoots it, and is too minimalistic and too simple. Unfortunately, that theme carries on with this amuse-bouche sent out. And this is what comes out from the kitchen when you're waiting for your first course. French fries. 3 cups of French fries and 3 dipping sauces. Now, certainly, it's nice to get something to snack on while you're waiting for your first course, but I would also contend that if you're in a restaurant that's purporting to be upscale, or dare I say fine dining, that this is a bit out of place, and I think more fitting for something like a burger restaurant or casual or even fast food. Here's the menu. So we're looking at the first course selections, and we ended up going for the wedge and the pork agnolotti as 2 first courses to try. Now I will say that even though the table presentation and the French fries were a bit disappointing, the first course made up for it because the flavors delivered. This is the wedge, and this is kind of a unique wedge because it doesn't have that wedge shape. What they've done is basically cut the top off this head of lettuce, and then they've added all the different components to the salad, and the flavors really come together. I mean, this dish delivers. It's a wonderful, savory yet light and refreshing way to start the dinner. So the wedge salad was a total winner, and then there's another picture of the wedge so you can get an idea of what it looks like. But the salad was wonderful. The other first course that we had was the agnolotti, which is like a ravioli. And I will say that this was delicious as well. Now, both these first 2 dishes delivered in terms of flavor so much. Flavor, presentation, they're both beautiful to look at. They're both plated nicely. This is a very savory and delicious dish, but it's not an overwhelming portion size, so you can enjoy a multi-course dining experience. And both these dishes, they really set the tone and turned everything around to compensate for the drab presentation of the table and the fast food French fries that were delivered at the beginning of the meal. This is the main course section of the menu. Now, this is a steakhouse, so naturally there's going to be meat as the primary option, and I opted for the filet mignon, which comes a la carte. Here you can see the filet mignon. Now, in terms of an a la carte steak, I mean, this is all you could really ask for. I mean, has a very simple but nice presentation, and it hits the color mark. So no complaints there. Now, I will say that, so the meat was fine and the presentation was fine, but separately there are these sauces. Now, someone else at the table ordered these sauces that aren't included with the meat. They cost additional. I think it was $10 to order these sauces, and there's 3 that come out with your steak. On the left, there's an au poivre, or a pepper sauce, and then a béarnaise in the middle, and on the right is a chimichurri sauce. Now the au poivre and the béarnaise were delicious, and they paired wonderfully with the steak. The chimichurri was not good. That didn't even taste like a chimichurri sauce. So I didn't even bother with that, but the other two on the left were very nice. But it got me thinking how this meat, once, I mean, it's a filet, so it's a thick piece of meat. Once that the searing on the top is off, you have a lot of basically bland meat that needed something else. And that sauce doesn't come with the steak, and there's not much on the plate. So if you didn't happen to order that extra sauce, then you may find yourself with a kind of a bland or lacking steak. So it would have been nice had that sauce, or even if it was somehow presented with the steak. I felt like it was sheer luck or chance that we had steak, the sauce ordered by a guest at the table that flavored our steaks. And then these are the sides that came with the meat. So the other guests ordered filet as well, and this is what came out for all of us to share. There's a family style sort of presentation. On the left, you see a truffle mac and cheese, which was actually delicious. That was very nice. On the top, those are mushrooms. And I asked what sort of mushrooms, what kind of mushrooms they were. And I was told regular mushrooms. So I asked the food runner again. Maybe I misheard. And I said, what type of mushrooms are those? And I was told a second time, those are regular mushrooms. So I think they're crimini, but if not, they're regular, I guess. And then you have a pomme puree or a mashed potato with a gravy on top in this kind of KFC style presentation. And then on the right, you have a little vegetable medley, string beans. And so the family style isn't necessarily my first choice in seeking a four diamond or a restaurant that is at least reaching the direction of fine dining. But if there's a theme here, it's certainly more, I would say, a casual upscale restaurant. In fact, I should clarify, this is definitely not a four diamond or star or a higher caliber restaurant. That's without a doubt. This is upscale casual dining. Make no mistake, this is upscale and casual, and the flavors really come through. I mean, I have frequented Michael Mina's restaurant in Orange County, Stonehill Tavern, several times, and I think that his magic must be sprinkled on some of these dishes because they're exceptionally flavorful. So I would say that the biggest benefits or compensating factors are you'll have dishes that are just simply delicious, and you have a beautiful environment that feels like it has a nice energy, that it's trendy and is a place to be at. The food delivers with flavor. Of course, there's the aspects of eating French fries and serving yourself family style on bare wood tables. That is I would say no different than any other casual dining restaurant, even a burger joint in some regards. But all things considered, given that this is not fine dining, far from it, but it does have its charm, I would say that this is a recommended restaurant. If you're seeking out a nice dining experience, again, upscale casual, and you're in North Scottsdale, it's nice. You're in the opulence of the Scottsdale Princess, the Fairmont Princess Resort, and Michael Mina delivers on many of his dishes at his restaurants. So it's worth a shot, but do expect to pay fine dining prices at a casual or upscale casual restaurant. I do hope that you found this informative, and please leave any feedback. Thank you.